Next up, we have Dr. S.K. Lowe of Asian American Unity Coalition and the chairwoman of NCLF 2021, who is going to present a major project called the Hub Project by AAUC. Dr. Lowe.
Hi, it's my pleasure to welcome everybody, and it's I'm worried about the timing to be able to present our most ambitious and long-term project. This project is called the AAPI Hub Community Project. The goal is to connect and empower our community, and I will be presenting it in the beginning with the vision and the concept of such a project, as well as the challenges and the needs to move this project forward. Together with me today is Ms. Christina Norling. She is the project manager at Blue Raster, our technology partner, and she is the project manager and has been with Blue Raster for more than 10 years. I wasn't able to get her bio up for you all to see, but she really is very experienced in geospatial mapping technology, and her work involves designing and leading transforming technology solution. She is driven by her passion for people as well as the interest in sustainability and building new digital community. So let me just welcome her to our forum. Thank you. So the next part, I would be very brief about what the AAPI Community Hub is and the purpose as well as its concept. The purpose of the Community Hub project is to build an infrastructure for the community and to deliver its value to its members. Through the hub, the member will have a way to be connected to each other and pool the resources together and to provide more power to make changes for better each other's lives. What are the needs? We learn from history that the development of civilizations, any vibrant, cohesive community inevitably developed an infrastructure that connects its member through which provides members benefits to its member. So even though the Asian American community is not physically located together, we have similar needs to connect, to share resources, to reach out to each other who are in need, and to work together to create a better future for all. As the identity of Asian American is evolving, the concept of forming a cohesive, larger community is also in the making. The role of AAUC is clearly defined. Our role of Asian American Unity Coalition is to connect, to coordinate, to collaborate, to contribute, and to empower our community. So the AAPI Hub project is naturally embodied all the roles of AAUC. So what technology is involved? How mature is this technology to accomplish that? So by serendipity, I came across the mapping technology through a TED Talk by the founder of Esri, spelled as ESRI, very famous, but I never heard of them before. And I reach out to their organization, and they very quickly connect me with the nonprofit program group. With the rise of the Asian anti-hate crime, this department is very willing to help us to develop something for us as a prototype. So they also introduced me to the various hub projects that they have developed for cities and other communities. So it really matches with what I want to see. The GIS technology is very mature. It's been around for 30 years, and they have supported many countries around the world and also 42 different languages. So to develop the hub, they suggest that I work with Blue Raster, who is their technology partner, and they have designed many community hub projects before. So it's very fortunate for our community to be connected with such a technology giant like S3 and also the partner Blue Raster to help us deliver the prototype to you that we can actually show you what it is going to be like. It's an online community that we can share all the resources and connect to each other. And I really want to commend Blue Raster for getting it done in less than a month's time. So the next slide shows what's important in any project is, to me, is the people. Of course, people and also money and technology are what constitute any project. But to me, the highest, the biggest challenge is most important is the people. And we need to get the right people. We need to get their commitment to develop the project and the concept and the technology and putting it to use. So many organizations I have contacted show interest in participating with AAUC to develop such a hub. And we also open our arms to invite all community organizations and individuals to partner with us. So in my mind, the AAPI Community Hub has to have 4 functions. The first function is that it needs to be connecting people and organizations to the community. The second function is it needs to share critical information that the members really need and use. The third function is it needs to provide resources and services to its member what they are looking for. And fourth, it should be a storage of information, a clearinghouse, a curator of knowledge, and a builder of culture and heritage. Those we want to embed in our community hub concept. So in a very quick diagram to show people what it looks like, let me have the next slide. I'm sorry this doesn't look very easy to see because I'm just taking off. But in the center is the hub. The hub is what connects all the different functions together. So we can see the hub would have the information side as well as the service side. And it also needs to be connected to the community. And it also needs to store the information that are critical to us, to the community. So we'll get into that with the demo, with the prototype. So let me have the next slides to illustrate what that concept is like and where we are now. So what we have out there is a lot of data and resources, but until they are all sorted out and organized and arranged, we are not able to use it the way we would like to use it. So here I would like to see that we are at best at stage 1 and 2, kind of getting the ideas out, understanding we need to sort these data, understanding that we need to even further, build the structure around it. And then we need to have that skeleton filled with flash that all the ideas and things should come through, and our community can even be built online to connect people who are not physically next to each other. So let me now turn the presentation to Christina, who will show us the prototype. To get the prototype, we actually have to write a statement of work to her to let her know at least what we would like to see in the hub. So I will let Christina show us what she has done for our community. Christina?
Right, thank you, SK. Hi, everyone. So I'm Christina Nordling, and as SK mentioned, our team is a technology partner supporting the implementation of this initial prototype. So we are very excited to show you a sneak peek of what we have here for the prototype. So what you're viewing here is the home page, which incorporates the basic information about the project, And then down here, we have the additional pages around the 4 essential functionalities that SK just touched upon. Now, moving forward, we are looking to incorporate additional information within this page, as well as work on the color theming. So we are hoping that as we all collaborate together, we can update the site to really showcase the vibrancy of our community. So the first page that we're going to dig into is shared information. Now, when you land on this page, the first thing that you're going to view is this community calendar. And what we're really excited about this is having a common spot where all of us can be entering in our events so that we can see and have greater transparency around when our events are going on. So if we see here that we have a busy weekend, maybe we can schedule around that so that we're able to avoid conflicts and support one another's events. Below the calendar, we have a series of maps. So the first one is about the voting power base. So I'm going to zoom in here to the East Coast. So what you're seeing are congressional districts, and these are color-coded by the predominant ethnic minority group. And if we click on one of these, for example, down here in Maryland, we get additional information. So we can see that this is Congressional District 5. We get information about the representative there, as well as the dominant ethnicity. And what's neat is we can also hover over this pie chart to see a greater breakdown of the actual population within that district. So we do see this as a very powerful tool, especially for those active in civic engagement and potentially want to become an elected official to understand who your voting power base is. Below this, we have a series of 3 additional maps. And I think for the sake of time, I'm only going to go over the first one, but we do highly encourage you to check out the other 2 maps after this presentation. So what we're looking at here are color-coded squares. So the color represents the predominant ethnic group, and then the opacity of the color, so how dark the square is corresponding to the strength of that predominance. And then lastly, the sizing is the size of the population. So right now we're viewing Houston, Texas, but this is a national level map, so you can zoom around and also search for a particular area of interest. And if we click on any of these, we can see the zip code and then the predominant race, as well as the additional breakdown of the population. So we can see here there are 48,698 Asian. And then the last thing on this page is a dashboard showing elected officials. So at the top left, what we see here is the statistics for the number of AAPI elected officials nationwide. Below this, we can see the ethnic group if it's been reported for that official. And at the top, we do have some additional filters where you can drill down and narrow your data. So we have multiple levels offered, including college, federal, local, even down to the school board. So I'm going to select local, and let's say I'm interested in Washington State. On the map here, we'll see that the icons have reduced down. So each of these building icons is representative of 1 elected official. And as we get in closer, we'll see that the map underneath of these icons actually updates. So what we're viewing here are census tracts, and these are color-coded by the percent of population as Asian alone. So the darker the purple color, the higher the percent of population. So we can see that our statistic has updated here on the left, and on the right-hand side, we return back a list of all those elected officials that are within our map view. And what's neat is we have the contact information, so we're able to directly reach out. Now, this information in here is from 2019, so we do envision this being a crowdsourced application going forward, where we would really hope to collaborate as a community together to make sure that the information in here is complete and maintained, right? So we do definitely welcome participation with this. The next page is the services page. So this offers resources related to education, ethnic media, how to form nonprofit, maintain nonprofits, and then additional information. And we do see this being kind of a common clearinghouse where we can put all of our resources together into one spot. So for each of these categories, we do have a list of the service providers along with a website link off to their resources. And this repeats for each of those categories that I mentioned above. And then the last page is the networking page. So when you first get to this page, you'll see a map here of all the AAPI organizations nationwide. We have some filters up top if you do want to narrow it down between national and local or a specific organization type of interest. And on the right, we have the number of organizations as well as a list here. So as you zoom in on the map, This will update accordingly, and then you can see the website to learn more about them. And again, we definitely welcome participation, so we really hope that you join the Hub project and contribute your organization information to be featured on the map. And the last thing on this page we are super excited about. So storytelling was definitely one of the components that we wanted to highlight and incorporate into the community hub. And so this section here promotes our Asian American stories and contributions. And what's interesting is we can feature these stories not only in English, but also in native languages. If I scroll down here, we can see additional stories, both in English and native languages. And while we have a sub-selection here currently, we are really excited to grow this out and incorporate additional stories as we move forward. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to SK, and she's going to talk about how you can help get involved and join the AAPI Community Hub.
Right, just one slide just to ask people to help. So we know this is a very ambitious and a long-term project. So we really need people to jump in and give us your ideas, your time, collaborate with us. And also, if you can, fund and make this project go forward. So if you're interested, please contact us through our website, asamunitycoalition.org. And my name, or just contact me through the conference contact page. Thank you so much. And I want to turn this over to our host so that she will wrap this session up.